Hey everyone, it's Aware One here. Hope you're all having a good evening here, wherever you might be. Could be morning, afternoon, whatever time you're watching this video. I hope it's going well for you. I wanted to get on here real quick and talk about a couple of developments going on in the world and just what's going on with a couple of projects I like. First, just to show everybody that the central banks clearly got the message that digital currencies are the future and they're jumping on top of it to try and kind of stay ahead of the curve. The BIS, which is the central bank, the Bank of International Settlements, recently released a report, and it showed that a majority of the central banks that they talk to are at least investigating digital currencies, if not already like established pilots and stuff. I'm going to read some of this real quick. A cohort of central banks from around the world say that impending arrival of their own digital currencies will come soon. According to the report from the BIS, which facilitates coordinating among 60 central banks around the world, the survey of the central banks detailed optimism over launching their own cryptocurrency soon. Central banks, collectively representing a fifth of the world's population, are likely to issue general-purpose central bank digital currencies, the CBDC, in the next 3 years, the report read. The survey was done in 2019, and 80% of the central banks said that they are doing some work on their own digital currencies, up from 70% when they asked the same question in 2018. So in 2018, 70% less central banks said that they were working on digital currencies. So clearly, over the course of 2019, they got the message and they realized what's going on. We got all kinds of weird stuff going around the world with negative interest rates and whatnot. So the central banks know that their system is teetering and they have to do something. About 10% of the central banks say they will likely issue a central bank digital currency in the short term, twice as many as last year. 20% said they would issue one in the medium term. So it's not like none of them are saying, no, we're not going to do it. Some probably just have to work a little bit longer on it. So you guys can look more into this if you want. But yeah, that's one big development. And this is coming from the BIZ, which is the central banks, as I said before. So they are past the stage of ridiculing cryptocurrencies and saying they're BS and they're going away. And now they're trying to co-opt and kind of push Bitcoin out to the edges and say, no, we're doing digital currencies of the central bank variety, right? But yeah, don't get fooled by it. They're doing this because digital currencies are the future and they want to try and co-opt some of that message. But if people are intelligent enough, they won't follow it. The next one I wanted to cover is this. The Hawaii State Senate introduced a bill that authorizes banks to offer crypto custody. I know if Hawaii is one of the most difficult states to buy cryptocurrencies in. If you watch Crypto Viewing, Dick Algar often talks about his perils trying to buy cryptocurrencies in Hawaii where he lives. So he'll probably do a report about this within the next couple of days. But yeah, the Hawaii State Senate passed the first reading of a bill authorizing banks to hold digital assets in their custody, effectively making them custody providers. The bill was introduced on January 17th by 5 senators. It passed the first reading on January 21st and then was referred to the committees on Judiciary and Commerce and the Committee on Consumer Protection and Health. The bill specifies a set of provisions which a bank must adhere to in order to provide custodial services for digital assets. If we come down here to the bottom, Hawaii has previously imposed strict requirements on firms dealing with cryptocurrencies, as I was kind of mentioning, which even led to Coinbase ceasing operations about 3 years ago. So if this is passed into law, it would give clarity for the classification of digital assets and bring them in line in other states. And it actually, because of some of the things it lays out, it actually make it more advanced or see Hawaii take the lead in many other states regarding the aspects of cryptocurrency industry. So they went from being in the very back of the line almost to, if this bill passes, they could kind of be towards the front. I think Wyoming will probably have the most crypto-friendly regulations of any of the states, but this might do just nicely for Hawaii. Yeah, with digital assets, their security interest and bank custodial services defined. The state courts are also given jurisdiction to your claims in both law and equity regarding digital assets. So yeah, this is a big development in Hawaii, and the fact that it already got passed from one of the Senate committees onto the next group of committees, that's pretty big news in my opinion. So yeah, that's a couple of the more legal kind of bank-related talks. I want to talk a little bit about Algorand, just because I don't know if we really see people. Some people just mention it, but nobody talks about, or maybe I'm not looking at those channels, right? talks about the developments on Algorand, but again, it kind of seems like they're doing it behind. And like, I wanted to say this, I don't think I did in the past video. For some reason, I get the feeling that Algorand's kind of like what XRP wished it was supposed to originally be. Something like what they wanted to do back then, Algorand's actually doing it now. For some reason, that's how, like, my intuition feels that way. So it's like, it's going to perform, like if XRP was once in the negative, the 0.00 something range, and it's now up in the 20 something range, and it could go up to dollars, or it did go up to $3. Algorand went down to 23 cents. It could go up significantly, just along the same lines as a Ripple XRP. There's significantly fewer coins, even though there is 3 billion total. But there's a lot of movement and stuff going on with the Algorand, and I just wanted to bring some people's attention to it. Again, it announces its first major environmental use case, PlanetWatch Global Air Quality Monitoring. And this is the PR release. Algorand announced a unique initiative where PlanetWatch, an environmental monitoring service, will build the world's first immutable air quality ledger utilizing the Algorand blockchain and Internet of Things technology. PlanetWatch will store data gathered from air quality sensors onto the Algorand blockchain and subsequently reward contributions of the ecosystem by distributing the Planet token, a utility token, to sensor owners. And with this whole push towards climate change and a green society, to me, this is clearly trying to is piggybacking along that, or just playing along to that game. And I think in the background, Algorand is kind of being set up because they claim that they have overcome the trilemma for blockchains, the difficulty of being decentralized, secure, and I can't remember the other one right now, but I'll show you some of the other partnerships and just the little things behind the scene. Again, how I said IDEX was going to build on them a long time ago. You got Tether has already said they're going to issue tokens on Algorand, even though you haven't really seen any of that. It's already been stated, and I think eventually it will happen in the future. So yeah, this was on. They also posted a similar story on Cointelegraph talking about this. PlanetWatch announced earlier that their battle testing of air quality monitors linked to the Research Algorand blockchain. And if you go over to the Twitter page for Algorand, and I was just scrolling down, and you see here the Modern Consensus talked a little bit about it, but the PlanetWatch's, there it is, they tweeted about it, and they also said they partnered with CERN. Now, despite what anybody thinks about what they are, and all this secret government stuff, what's going on with CERN, clearly there's funding behind CERN, right? They want it done for a reason, and the fact that Algorand and this group has partnered with Algorand and CERN, and then look at this, look at their logo, it's an eye. We all like sometimes when they talk about like they'll show you what they're doing straight out. They clearly like this whole eye thing. It's all over certain. From things like CBS, the TV station, to a beat on the dollar bill. The fact that it's connected to CERN, we got this whole green movement going on, and this PlanetWatch thing has an eye. I don't know. They just like, oh, maybe that'll do what? Like they're connecting it all together for a reason. I don't know. This is all speculation on my part. I'm just letting people know what's coming to my attention. Again, this is just things that I'm aware of, whether or not they mean anything, right? But this is another thing. Monerium and Algorand enter a partnership to issue e-money on the Algorand protocol. And we're getting into digital currencies, e-money type situations around the world. Monerium will issue e-money on the Algorand blockchain protocol in order to support fiat currency transactions on Algorand. So yeah, Monerium, the world's first authorized provider of licensed e-money for blockchains, and Algorand, the world's first open source permissionless pure proof of stake blockchain protocol, announced a non-exclusive partnership to support Algorand protocol in 2020 with Monerium's fully programmable and redeemable e-money. Mainstream adoption of blockchains requires a reliable form of digital on-chain cash. Yeah. So yeah, this company, Monerium, supports e-money across the EU, Iceland, Norway, and Liechtenstein in US dollars, euros, British pounds, and Icelandic krona. So this is bringing some form of monetary transaction, fiat access to the Algorand blockchain, which again, behind the scenes, they're just setting up this thing that's really simple proof of stake, really smooth from what I've experienced on it. And they're making partnerships and they're building things out and joining companies that are connected to big time government funding. So yeah, keep an eye on those things. Another thing I wanted to kind of point out, Tezos, it's been doing well the last month or so. Another YouTube person commented on one of my videos in the past and brought it to my attention. But yeah, Andrew Capital, which is a San Francisco-based venture capital firm, announced that it plans to issue their Silicon Valley coin via STO, security token offering. And the token offering is going to be on Tezos blockchain. Now, this was originally, I think, back in 2018. Andrew was going to release their Silicon Valley coin on Ethereum. And now you fast forward 2 years and they're doing it on Tezos. Maybe that says something positive about Tezos and their experiences with Ethereum. Ethereum is obviously going through what it's going through. They're going to be switching over to Ethereum 2.0, proof of stake. Nobody knows how that's going to go. Tezos is already proof of stake. It's been running in that mode since it launched. I think Ethereum, I don't know, it could potentially suffer some kind of like hiccup just in the fact that it's switching from proof of work to proof of stake. That just change. Change is always difficult for people, for communities, for anybody. So at least in the short term, it's possible that some of these other proof of stake blockchains like a Tezos or Algorand might perform a little better or get a little bit of the attention from Ethereum as it struggles or establishes itself as proof of stake. So yeah, that's going on with Tezos, more adoption. One of my favorite projects. I wanted to bring this up. Melon, I made a video about it when I talked about DeFi projects that were kind of under the radar. Since I made that video, it's done quite well. I think it was like high $2, maybe low $3. I can't remember exactly, but yeah, it's pumped up recently in the last couple of days up to 686. So yeah, DeFi is going to be a thing. Melon has a lot of asset management, or you can have. I need to look more into the project. I did a while back, but I need to kind of catch myself up on it. But yeah, check out Melon Protocol. Kind of gets into asset management and possibly having other people or other kind of investing strategies available to people. So yeah, check that out. Another project, again, this is on the kind of side income, something that can make you money while your money's just sitting there with cryptos. Again, just having a coin that doesn't do anything for you besides go up and down can sometimes be a rough go. If you want to generate income, Divi is a project that's getting a lot of notice right now. Who knows if it's just doing well because of that. But actually, like when you look at how it's performed, it's kind of remained steady. Like it trades in a range for a while, then it popped up obviously, but it's been trading well. This is typical trading. It pops up, retraces like a third to a half, trades in a range. But again, this is only on a couple exchanges currently, and like only one decent one that I really have any experience with, which is BitTrue. And they kind of released this update. They released a new update for the desktop wallet. Again, they have the one-click masternode. Mine's right down here. If you look, there's my Divi node. Yeah, and because I also stake too. I leave it on. My computer's on all the time for other things. But so I could stake if you have even just 10,000 Divi in your account. You can stake and get the full staking reward, which is currently like 456 Divi. However often it comes, you might get it like anywhere from 3 to 6 times, 7 times a month, possibly even more. I don't pay too much attention to that part currently, but yeah. So it's staking there. It's making it. Their versions up there. They're going to be releasing their version 2.0 here pretty soon, which is going to have lots of cool things from what I can tell, including the ability to send Divi to telephone numbers. You can have a host like a masternode hosting on the. I think this is a current update where other people that don't want to host their own can like stake onto you or something like that, and you can charge them a fee for coming onto your masternode. So yeah, they got different things going on like that. Yeah, version 2.0 is coming out. It seems like there's lots. Oh, it was the where was it at? They're gonna be having listings. Yeah, that's right at the top. New exchanges imminent. So how I said they're only on 2 exchanges, and that makes for this really low volume, which kind of is a turnoff for a lot of people. As soon as they get any more exchanges, especially if they get a more legit or big exchange that's well known, that price might go up to. It might take its next step up again. if you're watching it and you see it go, it's very likely it'll do something like this. So if it starts going, this isn't investment advice, but this is a little trading. Once it starts going, just hold the phone, right? Pull back, look at something else, wait for it to peak and settle down, kind of trade in a range. Again, even though we all think crypto moves fast, it doesn't move that fast. It kind of goes along with its whole reality. It doesn't move all that fast. Things go slow and take their time. Again, nothing happens and then everything happens at once. Nothing happens all along here, and then everything happens at once. And you can somebody here, it might look like something's happening, but it goes from 1 cent to 1.5, and that's probably one person driving it up, trying to buy a whole bunch of Divi on one day at this exchange because they want 1 million tokens right now to run a supernode or whatever. So yeah, keep an eye on Divi. Again, passive income. If you're playing this crypto game long, imagine running this for like a year or two. You originally put in 100,000 just for the original first node. Even that could easily, I think, within a year or two might generate you another 100,000 Divi. You completely got your investment. Plus, it'll likely be worth more in the future. Or in my opinion, that's not investment advice. Over the long term, it's likely to go up because it's building out a better use case for itself. So, passive income, Divi, check it out. Yeah, so that's it for today. Don't think there's anything else we can check the... Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. If you also wanted to... I use CoinMarketCap a lot just because that's the standard, or that's what a lot of people use. But like, if you want to get an idea of what's actually out there in cryptos, like this one, Masari.io, it might scare you because it'll give you the real volume of some of these things. Like, if you go back to CoinMarketCap, over here, Bitcoin, the volume, this is like, they can verify and validate that this is real volume. It's not wash trading on an account. 736 million. Go over here to CoinMarketCap. Volume, 24 billion, right? So, yeah, this, I think one of the biggest offenders they said was Tron. What did they say? The volume of Tron here is 26 million. If you go over Tron on here, volume 1 billion. That's probably similar. But yeah, so again, I like this one actually for my own investing approach. One of the things I've looked at is like if I'm going to be speculating more or I want to put my more possibly in a more legitimate project, I'll come over here and I'll come to this volume and if it don't show up here in the top, if it don't have more than a million at least, a million volume on this site, don't put a lot of money into it, in my opinion. At least not right now. And some of these things I like iExact, Komodo, Incan's possibly one to keep an eye on. I don't know. Hedra Hashgraph, that one's been struggling. Still thinking about getting some. Theta Token, IOS. There's Algorand. See, Algorand Algorand's a newer project, but it's got 3 million. Compared to like a lot of these other ones. Yeah. So yeah, that's what's going on. Again, this is here's like Ethereum Classic has a real volume of 75 million. Ethereum Classic's real volume is 2, 3, 4, 5th on the list. Ethereum Classic's real volume is higher than Litecoin's. Again, and that we got the American hedge funds got a lot of that. So don't be surprised if Ethereum's only a $1 million less market or real volume than Ethereum proper. Ethereum Classic is. I don't know. I think Ethereum Classic's going to perform better than Ethereum long term. And I was reading an article on A&B Crypto was saying that Ethereum Classic is better for DeFi than Ethereum. Blah 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 blah. Who knows, right? Everything changes and it always keeps changing. Nothing's going to stay the same, folks. Stay on top of the game. Just be aware. It's not about what you do. It's about being aware of what you do. Because things always change. But if you're just practicing awareness, you can keep up as much as possible. That's your crypto awareness for today. Again, central banks getting in the digital currency game. We're early, still very early in this game. Hold on tight, folks. It's about to get bumpy in a good way. Again, that's your crypto awareness for today. It's not about what you do. It's about being aware of what you do. Y'all take care.